All right, we're back. This will be the end in Africa, part 5. So in my last video, I kind of did a recap of um, turn 2. So I'm now on turn 3, and I am. In this video, I'm going to do a couple of things, and I'm going to go backwards. Normally, in this game, I like to work like I don't know. It kind of depends on. In France 40, I was a little bit all over the place. In this map, I've been going north to south, but the viewer has not seen anything that's going on with the Eighth Army. So there's a lot of action over here. Like there's some pretty crazy fighting right now. Um, I also wanted to pour one out for my Royal Lancers. I had like a stack of these. There were, I think, 30 of them, and I broke them out into like 6 different units, and one of them got hit by an air interdiction, and it killed all 10 in one hit, and they were just gone. So, anyhow, all right. Before I get too far into it, I am going to want to run my artillery. So I'll start there. Okay, great. I had to pause the recording there. Um, so when I run my artillery, I usually like to just kind of follow through here, and I have my range on. So what I'm looking at is basically like what are my immediate weak points that I can hit. So like I can hit this trench and this bunker up here, but I'm not going to be able to take advantage of that. Also, I didn't see these mines before. I bet there's a minefield right here. Anyways, so the obvious target is going to be this trench line here. They're already disrupted. In that case, I may. So I don't like hitting bunkers with artillery generally, but if I'm just going to be able to assault right through this trench line here and push these guys out because they're already disrupted, then I'm like, why waste the artillery? I know that there's another bunker around here. I wish that the game had a way to like tag specific hexes. So I can only hit. I mean, I could hit this bunker here. So normally, I mean, my strategy with artillery is basically like usually what I try to do is run it first and hit and like aim for disruptions. I try to get disruptions on as many enemy units as I can, especially ones that I'm going to be assaulting that turn. If it doesn't make sense, like in this particular case, to fire the artillery, I'll either skip it or go ahead and execute whatever action is needed, usually an assault, to push them out. Like I could assault through here and then just shell the heck out of them when they get through. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm already kind of off script here, but again, we've got the division Mantafel. These guys just appear to be light Libyan infantry, and I have my tank destroyers here, which are they're hard target. So I don't know. I think that these guys might be able to return fire, but I'm gonna go ahead and soften them up. Or should I? Should I just assault and then move the... Yeah, I think that that might be the better option. So in this case, I'm not going to do preparatory fire. Because what I want to do is push this unit out and then shell them and fire on them. I'm trying to think if I still might want to hit this bunker. I don't like hitting bunkers with artillery. I try to avoid it. Can these guys assault? Yeah, I guess they can. I don't want to use them to assault, though. I'm just going to assault with my infantry. Let's just go ahead. Apologies. Alright, so like a little bit of counterfire. And here we go. 4 men for 58 men. That's looking pretty good to me. We don't have any enough leftover movement. I'm worried if I move my tank destroyer up, they'll be able to attack it, and I don't think it's necessarily worth having the extra firepower here to bust up this bunker, but I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. Let me get back to the artillery. And I am going to go ahead and do like I had planned. I'm playing with, on the other scenario that I had played in France 40, I had played with indirect fire and airstrikes by the map, which I did like that. I kind of like this way too. I mean, it is a little annoying to only be able to fire at regimental targets, but I guess if that's historically accurate, and it does add like a kind of a layer of challenge to the game. It's weird thinking of this game as a game. I tend to think of it more as like a simulation. I don't even know if that would necessarily be accurate, but in any case, let's shoot these guys. Artillery. Oh, nice. Okay, great. So, in that case, then that means, yeah, this bunker is going to get it. Because, I mean, it's possible that we might get a disruption. I have heavy artillery in here. It's unlikely. See, this is why I don't like shooting at bunkers. One man and two no effect. Here's my heavy artillery. This is a 155 millimeter howitzer as opposed to the 105. This is my regimental, and this is my 39th regiment up here, so they don't have, well, you know, I could move this AT gun up here. I don't love that. I mean, it would be really exposed, but it would let me spot. I don't think I want to risk it. I think I'll be okay. However, I'll keep hitting this bunker. Only available target for 60th Infantry. No effect. Okay, moving on. I have a target here, this trench, which they're already disrupted, but I don't, well, let's see. This is part of my first armored. I'll take this opportunity, I think. Let's see, so I'm going to try and do this math on the fly. A unit needs 2/3 of its movement points in order to assault. Basically, it needs to be in green movement. If I'm on foot, what is this? Rough? Broken. If I'm on foot, broken is 10, so yeah, I wouldn't be able to assault with this unit. I want to keep the first armored moving north, but I mean, I have this opportunity to take advantage of this, and if I assault him in the right direction, I'll be able to shell him out of his trench. He's already disrupted. That is a German infantry unit, so they're gonna be better than the Libyans, but they're already disrupted. These guys, the, what is this, the 1st Company of the 3rd Battalion of the 6th Infantry Regiment, they're disrupted, so that's kind of a bummer. But here we go with this assault. Worked. Okay, great. And now we expose this trench position here. We'll be able to reinforce, and I can kind of move these, like these disrupted guys back. Still, let me come back to that. They have enough left over to shoot, so let me do that before I forget. It's another company of the same 334th Infantry. I'm going to shoot at this trench. I want to see if I can get a disruption on these guys, because they're going to be shooting back at me. Let's switch my action speed. default. Okay. Boop. No disruption there, but not a terrible result. Okay. So this is my core artillery. I have three 155 millimeter howitzers, which is excellent. There's a lot of firepower there. They have one bunker. They have a trench line up here, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to spend it on this other company from the 334th Infantry because I have a possible breakthrough in exploitation. I think I talked about this in my last video, but basically if I can make it through here, then I can flank this whole line of trenches. They've got mines right here, but if I attack from the rear, I don't need to worry about that. So we're gonna shell this position. It's a lot of core artillery to pour on these guys. I think we're gonna get a disruption. We'll find out. Sometimes this game can be frustrating. Well, again, yeah, there's my disruption. Great. So next target, yeah, same. These guys. Excellent. Another disruption. And then I've got like a free target here. So let's see. This is self-propelled 105. So we're just going to take advantage of this, the damage that we've done to this unit here. And just hit them while they're in the open, while they're disrupted. Oh, these guys are in transport mode, so I'm going to take them out and I don't know if I want to keep hitting them. Yeah. I'm getting good results. Oops. Fired this guy while he was in travel mode. Okay, next up. So he's done. I think that's glitched a little. He should be off the list. I think it didn't like me taking him out of travel mode. Okay, so here my point of focus is this trench here because I have infantry creeping up around, and I also have this tank battalion here, which is going to be firing on him. And basically I'll move up to this point and I'll begin assaulting through this trench line and then down into that bunker. So they get a lot of artillery. This is my divisional guns, I think. Yeah, divisional artillery of Red Bull. So we keep firing here. Nice, got a disruption. Now, generally the next one that's going to be on my list is not the is not infantry that I want to assault through. Like once I've gotten all of the disruptions that I want for points that I want to attack at, I would switch to focus on undisrupted units that are in a position to counterfire or attack my troops in general. Okay. So in this particular case, I'm just going to aim for more disruption. I don't know. This is the only one I can hit. Oh, that's interesting. The 155 has a slightly shorter range. Good. Uh-huh. I think I want to focus on these guys a little bit more. I'm going to need them weakened to get into that trench position. That's all the artillery that I have here. I am going to move up a couple of my infantry units here to see if I can get any visibility on any units that are over here that I could hit with artillery. And even... basically, I can't shoot my guns for Red 1 until I can see an enemy unit. So, well, I don't know which direction exactly I want to move in, but let's just go for it. Oh. So that will take all of his movement. All of his movement. There are mines up here, so I know that there's a bunker. Good thing I have 2 artillery up there, or 2 infantry up there. Trench, that's what I was looking for. Okay, and I'll move some the rest of my infantry up as well. See if I can see anything. Nothing else. This bunker is going to be not really a problem because I have elements from the 16th and the 18th Infantry Regiment converging on their position. Or I might just choose to go completely with the, I don't know if I'll be able to bring a third battalion into assault this turn, or for the next turn on this bunker. But what I can do is shell the heck out of this trench line. So that's what I was looking for. Basically, I needed to find a target for the 1st Division before I could fire the divisional guns and the regimentals. So in this case, I'm focusing entirely on the trench. I'm probably just going to ignore the bunker as far as the artillery goes. Turn this down a little bit more. Actually, I don't need sound at all. Okay. Why doesn't he have a target? 16th. Oh, my 16th are all up here, and they don't have visibility on this bunker. Okay, that's a shame. More for our friendly trench line, and I think that is all I have for the Red 1. Next up onto the 76th? 76 infantry? 76 infantry. Well, that would be the 78th, my bad. Okay, so artillery. We've got a lot of targets over here. Let me see. So these are 5th Corps troops. They are a 5.5-inch gun with, I'm still kind of familiarizing myself, so 15 and 15. What we have over here, these are 25 pounders, 12s and 12. Okay. Alright. What is this? 7.2-inch howitzers. Those are some big boys. They got a lot of range. Okay. So all of that is still a core. I don't even think that I've gotten to look at... we'll get there. Alright. Let me pick my targets. So I've got multiple points that I can be trying to break through, though. This bunker doesn't need any. This trench line does. Because they're going to get low ammo on both of these. That is a pain. Alright, so we really need a disruption here if we're going to be effective in an assault. And even then, I don't know if I'll be able to assault through there. Let me look at my troops over here. Where is my commander over here? Why are both of these guys low ammo? 36 Infantry Brigade. This is him right here. He's like 4 hexes away. He's not out of command. I just got unlucky. In truth, I don't completely understand the supply. I've read the chapter a couple of times, and like I kind of get it. I do play with virtual supply trucks, and not explicit supply. Anyhow, okay, so kind of. All right, let me see. So the question that I have here at this exploitation point up here with the 999th Africa Division, um, their company strength, and I have one battalion here. Company battalion. I have a battalion here, and um, I have another one right here, and if I have enough points to assault, I'll need to shell this position. I do not have enough points to assault, so I'm not going to prioritize this as a target. However, these guys are already disrupted, so this kind of narrows down, and you're seeing kind of my prioritization of targets. So this guy's already disrupted, so I don't need to shell him. This guy, I'm not going to be able to assault, so I'm not going to shell him. Probably not going to be able to assault, although I do have... let me try. What I'm thinking is this is going to be the priority target regardless of whether or not I switch fire over here. So let's do it. And back on my range hex, just because I like that view. Okay, here we go. I'm missing something. Alright, that's fine too. I'll come back to that. Where am I? Okay. So there's a lot going on over here. These guys are already disrupted and isolated. I don't need to hit them. These guys are already disrupted, so I don't need to hit them. These guys are not disrupted. These are. This is a bunker. This is an AA unit, which looks kind of mean. This is a trench line with engineers and infantry up this highway towards Sidi Said. I think that's a pretty good target. This is a good target, but let's do this. So as a process of elimination, I'm going to try to... that guy's disrupted. This guy's isolated. So I'm going to try to hit them here in this trench line first with my machine gun, because if I get a disruption on them, it means I don't have to spend the artillery. And like, there's an argument as well, don't get me wrong, I'm prioritizing disruption. There is an argument to be made as well for, like, depending upon the circumstances. Sometimes I don't care as much about disruptions. I can't see. I'm not going to be able to attack this turn. So yeah, that also answers that question. Now, if I'm up here, I can definitely shoot at him. Okay. Just out of curiosity here. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I'll be able to move up there. And I'll still be able to hit him with my machine gun. Any case, so let's get some fire on this position. These are really the only ones that are not disrupted already that I care about. I mean, I care about all of them because this is kill all axis, but yeah. I looked away for a second. Okay, so that's that. Didn't get the disruption. I'm over here now. Okay, now I'm back to 78th Infantry. So again, my target is going to be this company from the 999th. And then, oh, I already got the disruption. Okay, that's great, because I was hoping I'd be able to spot some or all of their 88s, but I don't see any of them. They've got a lot of motorized infantry over here, which is usually higher quality. Yeah, I don't see any of their 88s. I already got the disruption on him, so I probably won't need any more artillery on that position. I'm not going to spend it on the bunker, which leaves me with this position up here remaining. I could still assault with a single battalion if I can get this guy pretty good. So, yeah, let's try it. And if I can hit him hard and disrupt him and drive home with some artillery, then I can assault with my battalion with battalion strength. I can also. Oh, I've got more of the core artillery over here. I didn't fire these guys. I can shoot anywhere over here. Actually, I could really. Let's see. Did they get disrupted? No, they did not. I could possibly use some supporting fire over here. These fellas, these Fallschirmjäger, are going to be tough, and I could really use this point here. I've got a lot of infantry lined up, but it means that I really need to have these disrupted. So I'm going to go in for them. I'm not as worried about this point of exploitation up here because I'm going to be moving up north through here as well. So I'll be able to pinch. I have to kind of pick. Oh, there goes the disruption. Great. Now I can switch back to this target. Honestly, I should have prioritized these guys first, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm about to be out of artillery that can actually hit them. I always have planes. And I do have a machine gun over here that should be able to hit. Let's see. And I have two more shots that I can take. Let's see if I can get a disruption here right quick. Maybe I'll get lucky. Counterfire. If I can, it would be good to be able to push the advantage over here. No. Okay, didn't get it. Range of 2 on this hard. I messed that up a little. Oop. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to see it. Dang it. Wow, that's on me. Alright. I lost a shot there. That's okay. I have one more I can take. Okay. Let me finish what I was doing. I get distracted in this game a lot and I start jumping around. Okay, so back to my artillery barrages. Disrupted, bunker, disrupted. These guys over here seem to have done a lot of damage. So there's a lot of disruptions already. These are my 25 pounders. They hit pretty hard. More of my core artillery. Oh, I can hit their artillery. I'm gonna do it. I'm not as worried about this position. I mean, they're not going anywhere, and the breakthrough that I'm gonna have is probably not happening there. So, you know, they've got some artillery over here. Let's show them some love. Fatigue. Fatigue. I'll hit him again. Fatigue. Fatigue. Didn't get a gun, unfortunately. What else do I have? Yeah, I'll switch back to these undisrupted guys. And I got the disruption on the last shot. Great. Okay. So, next up, this position over here is a problem. We're not going to be able to attack it until the turn before dawn, and we'll be lucky, or basically before the dusk turn. This game doesn't have the dawn and dusk turns. They run the time a little bit differently because I guess the campaign took longer or whatever, but getting a disruption on this unit would be really good because it would keep him from, well, like for example, they've disrupted my engineers over here, and these guys, it says they're clearing mines, but they're not actually clearing mines because they've been in transport mode. So what I think I'm gonna do, let's look at it like this. So, and this is one of those things where it's like I want to take some action before I fire any artillery. But let me at least look at the rest of my artillery targets over here so I can categorize these. Already disrupted and surrounded. Disrupted and isolated. That's why this guy's parked over here. I need to move him down south, but his zone of control is preventing withdrawal. Disrupted. Everybody disrupted. So yeah, I'm pouring it on this guy because I want him disrupted because when he attacks the engineers, I want it to be less effective. Here we go. Okay, pretty good results so far. No disruption, unfortunately. I'm not quite done here yet, though. Still, I can sort that with the infantry, so I'll get there. Let's see. Only one target available to this artillery. I'm going to go ahead and take it. Okay. The poor Moroccan division. Yeah, really only one target here. I think this was the unit that I was shelling before. Can't reach this one that I was trying to break, so I'm going to keep hitting these. I guess we can spot them from up here. Yeah, we can. Okay. I don't know how to tell if a unit counts as an artillery spotter. I don't know. I thought that there might be some indicator in their card, but apparently not. Okay, same. I could shell some of these guys. I'm not really interested in them right now, so yeah. This one's in the wide open, and he's disrupted and isolated. I might be able to break him, save myself the assaults. Oh, look at this, though. Oh, yeah. I can hit their 88s. Okay, that's real good. I don't know if there were other ones I could hit with as well, but definitely want to take these 88s. Fatigue. Come on, let me get a gun. More. Keep shooting as much as possible. Fatigue. Nice. I got the disruption on him. I'm going to keep hitting him. I want to kill as many of these as I can. Okay. Almost finished with my artillery. I need to get through in a lot of different positions. This particular artillery, what is this? It's one of like army guns or something? No, this is the 51st. Oh, right, because the Highlanders are all spread out. Okay. Bunker, that's going to be a pain. Ah, these guys are undisrupted. I really am gonna. Well, they're in a bunker, so I may say they're kind of fatigued. This Black Watch unit here, they're kind of fatigued. You're okay. So the thing is, like at this point, I've got a lot of units that I would like to disrupt right now. So I'm like, it's going to take a combination of the infantry and the artillery to get the disruptions that I want, I think. And so what I'm going to do, because I don't have the obvious disruptions that I want, like this unit is disrupted, but I don't need to attack in this direction. I'm trying to clear out these trenches and bunkers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack where appropriate with infantry. This unit over here, I'm just going to pour it on with the infantry, and I'm not going to spend any artillery on him. He is digging in, but he was previously disrupted, so that means his fatigue is probably fairly high. And I have a lot of good infantry here. C quality infantry, 7 attack, 7 soft. They are shooting uphill, but still, I think that I'll be all right if I can get the disruption. Well, all right. So I have a plan. These guys are in a bunker. Let me just go ahead and shoot, and let's see if we can score another disruption. 15. Yeah, I'm just gonna light these guys up. And if I can't get another disruption, I got the disruption. So because they're disrupted, they can't dig in. So good for me there. That went exactly the way that I had hoped that it would. I have a similar desire over here with this entrenched unit. Now, in this, I've got my engineers. I want to clear out like the mines on these roads, and so I'm going to need to move these engineers, and I want to make sure I have enough movement points to get them where they're going. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to attack and move, and I really wish that the game had a way to tell you that. Like I can try and do the math, but I'm shaky about it. Like I'm not. Like these guys count as on foot, I think, because they're deployed. And if they cross a stream and clear 6 and 6, that would be 12. So that would not allow them enough to. So let's see if my math was right. Let me move these engineers and let's see if they have 12 points left over. Because if they do, I might be able to move up to this hex. Alright, let's see it. Yeah, 12 exactly. Okay. I can't move up to this hex. I don't know why I can't move up in this direction. Move and allowance exceeded. Is it because it's mines? Stream. Clear. I don't know why it takes an extra penalty. Oh, I think there's special rules for moving into a hex with mines for engineers, I think. Okay. Back to the task at hand. These guys are not already disrupted, but I really want them to be. I'll need them to be because these Gordon Heights and Seaforth Highs, they are low on ammo. So let me shoot. Okay, not a super result. What is the assault? I'm going to go ahead and shoot the remainder of my... I think low ammo gives you half is what the penalty is. Assault calculation. Assaulting, basic assault calculation. So... attacking unit must be capable. Attacking units in travel mode or that have low ammo attack at a quarter assault strength or 1/16 assault strength that both apply. So it's like, it's a really bad penalty. And I think I'd rather just shoot at that point and see, because if I have enough, these guys, I don't think that they're quality troops. Basically what I'm trying to figure out, I still do also have artillery. So let me see what I can do. I got the disruption. Perfect. Shoot again because I'm not doing anything else with these points right now. I'd rather soften them up for this assault. And I'm going to go ahead and execute that assault now before I forget about it. Okay. Successful assault. Lost one man. Killed 10. They're disrupted. I'm in proper position for this bunker. I'm in really good shape for an assault on this bunker right now. These guys got some pretty heavy duty fatigue. And the Highlanders have basically been my shock infantry coming in here and busting through this front line. My trick here is that I don't want to allow the enemy to reoccupy this position. I can leave a company behind. So, the remainder of what I have, these guys, yeah, they took a beating coming in here. All right, so the remainder of what I have is going to be like this. I've got these two spots, this bunker. I'm not doing anything with this bunker this turn. Oh, I can move my, I don't know. I can move my engineer up to this hex for the mines, but then I won't have one in a good position over here to take care of these mines, at least not right away. Kind of won't in either case. Trying to think. I won't need to move anything through this area anyways, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move him out. All right, back to the question at hand. So thinking about this in detail, these units of Seaforth Highs, the Seaforth Highlanders, I want to assault this bunker. That's going to be a tough assault. That's all I can do right now. Now, regardless of whether the assault is successful, I'm going to have points left over, and I'm not going to have a target to fire at because this unit is going to be destroyed, because they won't be able to move anywhere, because all the units around him exert their zone of control, and therefore this unit does not have an escape route, this Libyan battalion here. So when I assault into this bunker, that unit will be eradicated, which means that I'll have points left over, which I could use to move, but I'm also really interested in getting the disruption on this battalion here from the 80th Division of Spezia. Is that Spain? I don't know. Let's show these guys. Well, the reason that I hesitate for going ahead and firing my artillery, I don't have a lot of it for these guys, and I just want to make sure that I'm making the best use of everything that I have available to me. So first things first, these guys are going to shoot. We're going to go ahead and execute the assault here because I might as well. Oh, and I need to leave a company behind to hold this position. So here's the C Company of the 2nd Seaforth Highs. They'll be staying behind with low fatigue, and we'll be assaulting into this bunker. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's find out. We did get a counterfire. Some counterfire. We lost a man. No disruption, though. Let's see what we do. No. It was a good assault, and we did disrupt them, but we did not crack that defense. Took a fair amount of fatigue. I'm going to rejoin my Seaforth Highs, but not before I spend the rest, because when I combine this unit together, the unit with the lower movement supersedes the unit with the higher movement, so you want to make sure that you spend the rest of your action points there. And that the same principle applies for things like low ammo and disruption. Combining units, the negative effect will take over. Okay, so here, right. Now I'm going to shoot this. Shoot. Okay. I don't know if this is really the best plan that I've had. Oh, you know what? I forgot to fire my AT guns. I could have fired my AT guns. It might have made a difference. Probably not, but it's fun to think about. Oh. I really got to be better about that because if I am like getting ready to shell, then I need to make room for my artillery. I don't think, or sorry, I need to make room for, yeah, well, I need to make room for like my AT guns to further soften up the units, especially as I go through and begin my assaults. I need to remember that I have ranged units, basically. All right, so this assault is not happening. I'm a little. I don't feel super great about the progress being made by 8th Army. I do have a couple of minor breakouts, but nothing to really write home about. Okay, so for now, what I am going to do is take these King's Dragoons and the Royal Dragoons and just light up this trench position. Um, I don't think that I really want to assault with them because they have really crappy assault. I want them as an exploitation force, and they do have a battalion of infantry, but I can't fit them here. I'd have to move some units out, which wouldn't be the end of the world. All right. Oh. Okay. I don't know if it's a great idea to assault with these guys. I think it maybe is not. Um, what I don't know. All right, so I have a couple of options here. Uh, I can keep firing. I can assault with my armored cars. I can keep firing with my armored cars. I can just spend all of their ammo or all of their movement points, or I can move one of the armored cars off and replace him with this infantry. Now, here's the trick. If the infantry moves up, I don't think I'll be able to take them out of travel mode in order to assault out of travel mode, which means that I would be assaulting in travel mode. I would arrive in a hex that's in travel mode. I think I'm just going to let this attack develop. Um, let's try it. Let's see what we can maybe do. Okay, let me think. So the assault on all of these is kind of crappy, but I think what I want to do is like this. I'm going to attack with the Humber Recon units because they have a higher soft attack value. The Daimler AC has a higher hard attack value, but same assault value, and I don't think that the hard or soft value actually matters for um, assaulting unless you use optional assault rules. Alternative assault resolution using this rule requires a unit use its hard attack strength instead of assault strength when assaulting vehicles that are hard units. Not the case here. Okay. So here's the plan. I'm going to attack with my Hummer Recons, basically just as I explained it. But I also want to move them off, so I am going to... Let's do it this way. And then I'm going to move him off. I'm going to move my infantry up. Yeah, see, I won't be able to assault. I think for a second here. I can assault, and it probably would be successful. I've got like 100 vehicles. I would actually take the penalty here. I'm just gonna let this attack develop. I think it's maybe not the right decision, but I don't think it's the wrong decision either. So I'm just gonna light these guys up. That was a lot of thinking, and I'm sorry that took so long, but I guess you get to hear my thought process, and like if you're interested in this game, then those are the kinds of challenges that you encounter when you're playing it, and you kind of have to make these decisions and like think through the consequences of your actions. I did get a disruption there. I have some artillery left over, so that was a lot of action for this particular sector. Oh, let me finish firing before I forget. I have a tendency to do that. Leave a shot left over for my guys. Okay, so that frees up my artillery to hit these guys up here, which is good. I really need to take them out, and I wasn't feeling great about that. They're already disrupted. They're in a good position for my assault. Okay. Where am I? Okay. So this is the 50th? Yeah, 50th Infantry Artillery over here. So these are the units that I have available. We do need to crack them. They're already disrupted. This is a bunker. I don't have... This is a bunker, this is a bunker. There's really only one viable target here. And even then, I'm kind of like... I don't love that. Because... Alright, so this trench here has... I got German troops, 164th Infantry, or their motorized infantry. Here's the trick. I've got a lot of guns and tanks parked just within range, and I think I can get a disruption on them just with the stuff that I have on hand. So let's try and do that. Maybe. Probably not. So I'll need some artillery for them. Let me make sure I get these guys out of travel. These guys, and these guys all out of travel mode. Okay. So here, I do think this is a really cool setup. I've got all these AT guns and tanks parked right over here. They're going to shell the heck out of this bunker. Okay. So my M3 Grant, the staff's yeomanry. Man, I should be able to hit this trench. Pretty good. Oh, nice. I got the disruption. So there we go. That's why I didn't want to. So I didn't want to do that right away. Oops. Let me grab this guy as well, because I can park him here and cause a lot of further grief. Here's another set of, well, these guys are ranged at least. Yeah, line of sight. That's a shame. Okay, anyways, back to my artillery. So that means that I think I have all the disruptions that I really want. It does leave me open to kind of just wreck these guys. I'm trying to decide which direction I'm going to be wanting to push my attack in. Because the 50th is going to be, just real quick, the 50th is going to be pinching on both sides here, and they'll get a complete envelopment of this. I think this is a particular division, whichever division this is. The 164th Division is here. Up over here, we've got the 90th Division, which is going to be handled by the Who is this? The first armored. Not to be confused with the first armored. This is a tough front over here. But in any case, we have a pretty good division of labor. So coming back to the ultimate question, just shell whatever you want. I'm tired of taking forever just to make my decision here. I think this spot is going to be the weakest. I'm hesitating still. Let's just shoot these guys. Okay, I'll spread it out a little bit. It's good. It's good. I also have units from the 136th Division, GGFF. Don't know what that means. Okay, continuing on. Just light these guys up, do a lot of damage. Finally, disrupted already. Disrupted. Okay. So I had kind of planned to move the 8th Infantry. That already took longer than I thought that it would. So I'm going to go ahead and call this video. That was fun. I had a good time kind of shooting my artillery and sorting a few things out. I generally try to move my artillery right at the start of the round, but I don't want to just like fire just to get it out of the way. I try to use it to my advantage in the best way possible. I prioritize disruption over everything else and work forward from there. Avoid hitting bunkers if I can. Sometimes it does make sense to do that. Otherwise, so far we'll have one more turn left until dark. Well, I haven't moved actually much this turn, so I've got a lot of movement left. But that will be it for this video, and thanks very much for watching.